Rai di Mangpura, Bandung. Selamat datang di Denpasar, Bali.
Hello, Jack.
Hi.
Thanks for joining in.
Thank you for having me.
Hi, how are you doing?
Very good, thank you.
Hi. Well, I love your house.
Thank you so much.
Anyway, you seem to plan to stay in Bali for a long time, right?
Mhm.
So I have a question. Why Bali though? Why do you choose Bali?
Well, I just love Bali so much. I actually first came here around 4.5 years ago. I met my girlfriend just before I came here, and I was coming here anyway, and I asked her to come with me. We both came here together. We did about 2 weeks here and just fell in love with the culture, the people, the food. Everything was just amazing. And then we continued to travel for about 8 months. And it was only then that we decided that we really need to base somewhere, so we came straight back to Bali. It was the obvious choice. It was our favorite place that we'd been to on our entire trip. So we came back here, rented a villa really spontaneously, and then obviously with a villa that we rented, we spent more and more time here, and then just fell in love even more and stayed here ever since.
So anyway, how long have you stayed here in Bali?
So it's about 4 years. It's going to be 4 years in October, so next month.
So in these 4 years, is there anything you've learned from living in Bali?
I guess just Serenity in general is just amazing here. I love to just kind of travel around on my scooter, drive into the rice fields, go out into the local areas and learn about the cultures and how different people live. I love how there's like ceremonies in the middle of the streets, and like all the time there's different things going on, and the culture stayed intact here. Even though it is a tourist destination, the culture did stay intact and it has not been detrimental to it. So I love that about Bali, and I love that about Indonesia in general.
So Jack, talking about Serenity, can you tell us more about the place where you can find your own kind of serenity in Bali?
I feel like in Bali you can find serenity anywhere, literally. Like I live in Canggu, which is like quite hustle and bustle, and there's a lot going on there. And even there you can find it. But I like to drive out into like rice field areas, local areas. I love to drive out into the east, around to Karangasem, and just Sideman, where you can see the volcano. And I also love to come up to Ubud. It's not so far from me in Canggu, about 45 minutes drive. And there's so much serenity here, so much nature, the noises of the nature, and all of the trees and the greens. It's just so beautiful up here.
Wow, I love Ubud as well. Well, speaking of Ubud, could you give us recommendation for a place where we can find serenity in Ubud? Maybe a kind of your must-visit place in Ubud?
I think the obvious choice would be Tegalalang, the rice fields, the famous rice fields here. They're so beautiful, so vast. The best rice fields I've ever seen personally. And that's really easy to get to in Ubud. It's a must visit if you come here. I'm also staying now in Capella, which if you haven't heard is an amazing hotel. It was voted the best hotel in the world this year actually, and it's got so many cool aspects of this hotel. The whole place is decked out in like an 1800s theme, which is very, very cool. All of the nature here is still intact. They haven't cut down a single tree to build the hotel, which is really, really cool. I really respect that. And yeah, it's just a really, really cool place to be. It's the first time I've come here and I've instantly fell in love with the place.
So Jack, I think we're gonna move to the Q&A session here, since there are a bunch of questions from our Instagram here. So
Sure.
I think I'm gonna ask you one by one. Is it okay?
Sure.
Okay. Question number 1. Please mention 3 things you love the most about Bali.
I guess the food, the culture, and the serenity are my top 3 things.
Awesome. So question number 2. What is your top hidden gem suggestion for Bali?
There's so many hidden gems here, it's hard to pick one, but I guess my favorite would be Cinnamon. I love driving out there on my scooter, just exploring the area, and you get the best views of the volcano from that part of the island.
All right. Question number 3. Oh, I love this question. How's Oreo doing?
Oreo's doing very well. He's actually got a roommate at the moment. He's got his nephew Jinto, which is the same breed, staying with us at the moment whilst his owner is out in Europe. So I'm looking after 2 Labradoodles right now, Oreo and his friend Jinto.
Jack, in your opinion, how's the locals going here in Bali?
Well, Bali's super quiet right now. There's no tourism here at the moment. Obviously the borders are shut. But the locals seem super happy still. Everyone's keeping high spirits and kind of using this time to kind of rebuild and use it as an inspiration for when we can visit Bali again, or when the tourism can continue in Bali again. Also, many hotels here are doing promotions, and you can kind of pay now, stay later, that kind of stuff. Capella, for example, is doing all the health protocols. A lot of the places are taking it very seriously and making sure everything is safe and ready for tourism when it starts again.
So I see that you're now staying at Capella, right?
Yep.
So what do you think is the best aspect or feature of Capella Ubud?
I love the big pool here. It's amazing. It's like surrounded by palm trees. In the morning, it's really, really nice. I woke up this morning at 6 a.m. to watch the sunrise go over the pool. It was like kind of misty and very jungly. It's beautiful. The food is also amazing here. I've had the best crab tacos and snapper. Delicious. But yeah, I just love the whole vibe of the place, how it's super quiet, you can hear all the sounds of nature. I just really, really like it. It's a beautiful place to relax.
So now, Jack, we're moving on to the rapid question session here. And
Okay.
are you ready?
Yep,
So, okay. Number 1, Phuket or Bali?
obviously Bali.
Oh. City building or forest?
Forest.
Car or scooter?
Scooter.
Nasi goreng or steak?
I don't eat steak, so definitely nasi goreng.
Mountain or beach?
Ooh, 50-50.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Long haul travel or short haul?
I like long haul, I guess, because it's normally somewhere a lot different to where I am.
And finally, Jack, this is the end of the session.
Yep.
And now for the last part, do you have any messages or anything to say to the travelers around the world?
I guess when you do get to travel again, make sure you do it responsibly and safely. Love the environment around you. Bali misses you and they cannot wait to see you again when you finally get to travel. Thank you from Indonesia with love.